Hi everyone. So things have really escalated, haven't they? With this current situation that's going on in the world. I thought I would quickly jump on here and sort of update you guys, if anyone out there who follows along on all my vlogs. I am not in India anymore, just so you know. All the vlogs that I'll be posting for the next few weeks were filmed back in early March. So just keep that in mind. I just thought I would jump on here and let you guys know that, because I feel like I'm going to get a lot of questions or comments saying like, why are you traveling at the moment, you know, to do with Corona, and I've already had a few anyway. So yeah, I don't really want to make a video about this whole situation because we just can't escape it. It's constantly on the news, it's constantly on social media, and you know, it's a horrible thing that's happening, and I think obviously we need to acknowledge that, and I don't want to like just push it past, you know, like it's no big deal, or like I don't want to talk about it. But you know, the reason why I come to YouTube is to find videos and escape from what's going on in the real world and actually find joy whilst watching those videos. So I don't really want to go on about it too much. I'm not really sure if I'll be making any sort of isolation videos or anything like that, because yeah, I don't know, it's kind of awkward because I guess like I can't travel or anything, so I won't be making travel vlogs. I don't know, it's a weird one. Anyway, what I really want to talk about is my experience coming back from Oz, because I only just got back from Australia a few days ago. So it's currently Saturday the 28th of March and I got back to England on the 24th of March, so I'm currently in day 4 of isolation or quarantine. So anyway, let's go back. On the 12th of March, I left India to go to Australia, and I arrived in Perth, Australia on the 13th of March. I was a little bit worried that maybe my flight to Perth would be cancelled or something would happen with it, but I ended up getting through those flights quite easily and nothing changed. I actually did make a video about that experience and like surprising my grandma as well when I arrived in Perth, but that video should come probably in a couple weeks time. That was fine. I was a little bit worried, but that was fine. Got to Perth on Friday the 13th and I surprised my grandma, and I was seeing a few of my friends, and then a few days later they actually announced that anyone who had travelled overseas and come to Australia should do 14 days quarantine. And I arrived maybe 3 days beforehand, so I probably should have done something like that, but I mean, the rules hadn't been in place when I arrived and I'd already seen all my friends and family, so I just continue on like normal. Obviously it sort of made the holiday not the same because all this stuff was going on. And then I was meant to be flying out of Perth on the 23rd of March on the Monday, and the days leading up to it I was becoming a lot more stressed about my flight and if it would be cancelled and if I'd be allowed back in the UK, and you know what sort of restrictions were going to happen, because all over the world countries were having restrictions, having lockdowns, and everyone kept texting me and asking me, will I be able to get back to the UK, will I be able to leave Australia, all that sort of thing. The thing was, Australia had closed their borders, but the UK hadn't said anything, hadn't shut their borders, hadn't done any sort of restrictions. Also, Australia had said only non-residents to not enter. So if the UK had done the same, I would have been fine because I was a resident of the UK. But I was worried that maybe they would take New Zealand's approach, and they said only citizens were allowed to come back into the country and all that sort of thing. So I was just a bit worried, but I got to the point where I was just like, hurry up, I just want to go home now because I'm just feeling really anxious and I'm worried something's going to happen. And luckily my flight wasn't cancelled. A lot of people obviously were going back home to the UK and Europe as well from Australia, so that wasn't cancelled and I was fine, and the flight was fine, everything was fine. There was no mention of coronavirus, there was no delays. The first flight to Doha was relatively packed. The second flight to Manchester was probably half empty. I got to lay down in the aisle seat and sleep, so that was nice. And then the only time there was a mention of it is when I arrived in England, in Manchester. People were saying keep a distance when we were walking down to obviously the customs and security and like that sort of thing. That was the only sort of mention of it. And make sure when you're standing in line, make sure you keep 2 meters apart. Also, my friend Sophie had just messaged me saying that they had gone into lockdown. So that means you were only allowed to leave the house for exercise, food and medical, pharmacy, all that sort of thing once a day, otherwise you may be arrested. So obviously I arrived, Joel picked me up and we went home, and it's day 4 of isolation, and tomorrow when you see this it will be day 5. In this time we've also gone to the shops. I went to Morrison's, and when I walked in there wasn't a queue and it wasn't that busy in there, and there was loads of food left. I didn't check the toilet rolls though. There was loads of milk, there was loads of eggs, vegetables, all that sort of thing. I was like, oh, this is great, there's loads of things here, like what's the fuss about? Then I realised when I finished with my food shop and I walked out, there was a massive queue outside the store for people to come in, because obviously only a certain amount of people were allowed in the shop because everyone had to keep their distance. So that was probably why there was a lot of food left now, because everyone's sort of gotten over the whole stockpiling craziness thing, and then also less people are allowed in the shops anyway, and there's a limit on things that you can buy. So I was really lucky there, because then I got to obviously get in and I didn't have to wait in line, which now I'm kind of dreading going to the shops, because we're gonna have to wait in line when we go to the shops next. And it was also just a scary thing, like you just don't want to go outside and you don't want to be around other people because we're supposed to be keeping inside. But we need food. That was my experience. So I was fine getting back to the UK. I think I was very, very lucky, because a lot of people, their flights were cancelled, then they had to rebook another flight home, and they had to pay thousands and thousands of pounds and dollars to get a new flight. So I think I really was so lucky, and I was so grateful to be back home in the UK. I just never felt so grateful to land and be here, because I was like, obviously I don't want to be in lockdown in Australia. Obviously my family says it's not the worst situation, that would be fine, but you know, my home is here, this is almost where my stuff is, you know, this is my room, this is where I live, and Joel is here. Like, I kind of would rather be with him in lockdown, and you know, this is my comfort zone. Everyone was like, oh, you're gonna stay in Australia? And I was like, no. Like, I don't want to be just away from Joel until, like, who knows how many months we could be apart, or I could be, you know, in Australia. That's not my home so anymore, really. I live in England, and yeah, and obviously a lot of people have it a lot worse off than I did, and you know, people dying every day. And like, when I found out 900 people had died in Italy yesterday, I think that's when it finally hit me. I was like, whoa, this is scary. Like, and I've been fine the past few days. Like, I've been like, yeah, it's good. Like, I'm just editing videos, I'm just doing my own thing. And then today it like really hit me, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I think we're all feeling the exact same now. Hello, it's future me. I realised when I was editing this video that I feel like I didn't really talk much about how I felt during this time. Like, I sort of did just skim over it, and I just feel like it really bothered me, because then for the rest of the video I just talked about myself. As much as I didn't want to dwell on it and go on about it, because I wanted to be positive. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, it really bothered me this morning when I found out that they'd had that many deaths. And I watched a few videos about the nurses during this time in the hospitals, and there was one hospital in New York that had to have like a big refrigerated semi-trailer, like backed up to one of the doors so that they could put all the dead bodies in it, because there were so many dead bodies. And I just feel like all that stuff like was really affecting me, and I actually just felt like I could have just cried, because it was so sad hearing that stuff. So yeah, I feel fine now. Like, I'm feeling a bit better now, and I'm just trying to not think of it and trying to not let it get to me and upset me and scare me. And then also I just feel like, you know, we're probably all in the same boat and we're all feeling the exact same way. So I feel like I didn't really want to add to that. I didn't want to be one of those people that is upset as well. And you know, every time I watch someone make a YouTube video and talk about it, and I can see they're feeling the exact same way, and it would just upset me more. So I feel like I didn't want to be one of those people that upset people watching this. But yeah, I just feel like I couldn't continue this video without saying something, because yeah, I just didn't want to come across like I was just blabbing on about myself when there's so many people in the world that are suffering right now. And obviously let's acknowledge it, that there's bad things going on in the world, but let's not let it get to us. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue with the video. Also, which I didn't mention this as well, I lost my job, which I was sort of expecting it because I am a contractor for the job that I did. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah, I guess I sort of prepared myself for it anyway. I've applied for quite a few jobs because people are still putting job advertisements out there only like a few days ago, so I assume places still want people for certain things. I haven't heard anything back yet, and that was a few days ago, so I don't know if there's like loads of people applying for these jobs because lots of people have lost their jobs. I don't know. So that threw a spanner into the works as well. So it's been okay. Like I said, I've been trying to keep myself busy. I've been trying to do painting, reading my book, trying to write blog posts, trying to edit videos. I want to try and maybe bake some cookies soon. You know, trying to keep myself busy with all these creative things. So yeah, anyway, I didn't want to ramble on too long, but I just felt like I had to acknowledge it because obviously I'm still bringing out content on my YouTube channel. I don't want people to think I'm there right now. And people might think it's insensitive to put those videos out, but I would rather see videos like that, or rather see videos of my favorite YouTubers traveling in fun areas than thinking about or watching videos about coronavirus. So I don't find it insensitive at all. I actually find it a good thing. Like, please, people who are making content online, keep making content, because otherwise we will all go really crazy. Like, if I can't watch people are going to stop making videos because of this. Anyway, if you've got any ideas for videos I can make while I'm stuck in my flat, please put them below, because I would love to sort of, I guess, once my India videos are finished, or maybe in between the India videos, I can maybe put something out there, because we're all in isolation and maybe people can relate to it. I don't know. I've seen lots of people do like recipes and stuff from their favorite countries, cooking sort of videos. I have a scratch map as well that would be good to do and talk about my travels in the past, and maybe some advice videos I could think of. I feel like I've really exhausted those ideas. Like, I've put out a lot of advice videos. Also, India advice videos will be coming soon anyway as well. I don't know, put your ideas below. I guess if you want to see more up-to-date stuff, go on my Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube name. If you want to see more daily updates of me inside my flat, then go there. Not that I update too much. Anyway, let's move on to some more exciting news. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers a few days ago, so that's really, really exciting. I've had a goal of 1,000 subscribers ever since I started YouTube. So I feel like it's just crazy that I've finally hit this goal, and I just can't believe it. I can't believe I've finally got to 1,000 subscribers. Like, it's been a goal for so long and I've actually achieved it. I started YouTube about maybe 3.5 or so years ago, 2016, end of 2016. No, maybe middle of 2016. Anyway, but I've been uploading consistently almost every week for just under 2 years. So it's taken me that long to get to 1,000 subscribers. So it shows, like, if you really want something and you really work hard at it, you can make it happen. Like, you can make anything happen. I just feel really proud of myself for like pushing through it and being like really committed, and be like, if you really want this, you're gonna have to, you know, upload consistently and all that sort of thing. So that's really good, and I feel very proud of myself that I finally got there. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed and always comments and they like my videos, and I hope you continue to enjoy them, especially in this weird time. I hope I get new subscribers in this weird time that are trying to find an outlet to look for some inspiration or creativity, or, you know, a way to escape what's going on. Yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of my little update, and yeah, I hope you keep in mind that I'm not in India at the moment. I am home in the UK and I am quarantining myself, and we all are here in the UK, hopefully. Please stay at home, because it will be for the best, obviously. I'm gonna stop talking now, and I see you guys soon. Bye.